Hello, everyone, and thank you for joining us. I'm Christina Munoz, along with Thomas Blackmon and Bill Hartnetty with Blackmon Auctions. Thanks for being here, guys.
Thanks for being here with us.
Welcome.
There we go. Okay, so we're talking all about Blackmon Auctions today. So first, if no one's ever heard of Blackmon Auctions, doesn't have any idea what you do, fill us in. What is Blackmon Auctions?
We are an auction company, and we do auctions all over the nation. We sell everything from construction equipment, farm machinery, trucks, trailers, real estate, a little bit of everything. We've been a variety of industries.
Locomotives.
Locomotives for
Everything.
the last 83 years, I think is one.
Wow.
Yeah, 1938. Yeah.
So the business has been around since 1938.
We have been around since 1938. Yeah,
Third
my grandfather-
generation.
Third generation. Grandfather started it, and Dad took it, and then I'm here.
Wow,
So,
here
yeah.
you are, still at it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so Bill, tell us about who uses auctions. Who will call you guys to say, hey, we want you guys to help sell our stuff?
Yeah, it's there's a bunch of reasons why you might want to have an auction, but who is it? What our specialty is industrial. Like you said, big trucks, transportation, oil field, construction, and so forth, real estate of all kinds. And so those are the industries, but the people who need an auction are those folks that are, for instance, ready to retire, whether they've hit the age or they've run out of patience in the industry or whatever. And so if you're thinking of retiring, or you finished a big job completion, you know, if you had the big bridge job on Interstate 30 and you've got, you know, $5 million worth of equipment and you only need part of that for your next job, you take it to our yard, or we come to you and have an auction for that stuff. Or change in operations. You know, if you're a trucking company and you have 2 or 3 different specialties and you're like, okay, this one is working for us and this one is not, let's get rid of this one. And we can do that, a partial inventory auction. And then
Dad always called that right sizing.
Yeah.
Yeah, he says right sizing. Sometimes you're in a business and you get to a point where, because you've grown so much, it doesn't make sense. And so
You don't need it
call
all.
us and we come in and we sell part of your inventory, and
Get it to
you're
the right
still
size.
rolling. Yeah, you're still operating.
Yeah, and or a cleanup as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the next thing I was going to say. So that's exactly
I beat you to it.
right.
I
Nice.
I knew
Way
where
to
you were
go.
going. Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
You can read each other's minds.
So
That's right.
yeah, there's a lot of people who do that, and they walk out on their yard and they go, you know, I've got all this stuff that I'm paying insurance on these vehicles, and I'm maintaining this bulldozer, and I don't need 5 bulldozers, I just need 3, et cetera, et cetera. And we come to your place and we have the auction. Oftentimes we can find a way to do it there so you don't have to transport, and we can not only sell your stuff that needs right sized, the big stuff, but also the little stuff that is gathered up, the pipe and the shop stuff and the materials and stuff like that. So those are the folks that need to have an auction. Some of them know it and some of them don't. We try to let them know
That's one
they
of the
do.
common things, though, that in almost every industry we deal with, whether it's trucking, logging, construction, rail, whenever somebody calls us and says, I've got a few pieces, but I don't know if it's enough to have an auction. We hear that all the time.
Okay.
And then once we go out and we visit with them and we meet them, the second we start walking around their yard with them and looking at all the equipment, you start going, what about those trucks over there that don't run? What about that equipment that's sitting over there in the corner? And they go, y'all sell that? Well, before you know it, they've taken an auction with 10 pieces, and when we go to line it up and start the auction, you're at 250 items of just small stuff and big stuff, because every company has the things that just go to the corner
Yeah, you may
and
not
they
really
live there. That's
need,
right.
they
The
just
shop
pile
equipment
up.
that never gets. And so we do that with quite a few people. An auction is not necessarily an end of the road for many of the customers to deal with. It's a process that they call us once every 2 or 3 years and say,
I need
it's
help
time
getting
again,
rid
come
of-
back. Yeah, we have multiple customers that we have had many auctions for, and they're successful companies, and they're
So
still
it's
operating.
really not just when people die or retire. I think
No.
there's that misconception
No,
that
it's not.
if you die or retire, that's when you have an auction. But there's really a lot of opportunities to have that. So if somebody decides to come to one of your auctions, what can they expect? I assume fast talking. You're going to hear fast talking.
We do that every now and then. Yeah.
You guys are
That's
great at
part of it,
that.
yeah.
But what can a consumer, expect if they show up to one of your auctions?
I would say they're fun. I mean, we try to have a good time. We try to laugh and joke while being businesslike. But you know, you're there at an auction to bid. You're there to have fun. You're there to have a good time.
Wonderful information. How can we find you? Whether you want you guys to sell your stuff or attend an auction, where do we go to find you?
You can go to our website, blackmonauctions.com. That's an easy one. All of our information's on there. But you can always call Billy and I direct. Our cell phone numbers are on the website. That's really, honestly, if you're looking at having an auction or looking at buying something, we prefer that you call us directly. Our office number's on there. If you go to call the office and you say, I want to talk to Thomas, it transfers directly to my cell phone. So
they kind of work all the time, so they'll take your
we
call.
We do, yeah. Well,
they're ready for you.
That's right.
Well, thank you guys so very much. Thank you for joining us.
Thanks, Christina. Thank you.
Yeah, hope you guys have a great day.
Thanks for watching. See ya.